Hello. It's my day off, so I'm getting some stuff done. I'm painting, so excuse my painty hands. I got some chamomile tea to take a little break and tell you guys the next story about the security guard that I dated. So this guy was actually a really nice guy. Unfortunately, he didn't have enough confidence in himself to be clear about who he was on his Facebook dating profile. I'm sure some people have come into this experience, and it's so super frustrating. I know that it happens on both sides, not just on, from the female perspective. It wasn't so much to the level that it was like actual catfishing, but it was really frustrating. After we met for the first time, it was pretty clear that he had put photos that were easily from 15, 20 years ago. And not that he wasn't attractive still in the real version of himself, but he had lied, like flat out lied about what he looked like. And that to me is like a deal breaker, or at minimum a red flag. I called him out on it kind of like in a joking way, like, dude, you don't look anything like your pictures. What are you doing? And it was really unfortunate because we had spent a solid 2 weeks talking and texting, and there was really good conversation. We'd had really great, back and forth dialogue. Like everything was lining up pretty well, except then I show up and he's not looking like he does on his profile. And that's super frustrating. And so I kind of called him out on it. He did take responsibility for it and he did apologize immediately, but he just basically said that he was insecure about, how he was aging, and he just wanted somebody to give him a chance, and nobody else had given him a chance. And I said, I can kind of understand that. The conversation and everything had been so good so far. I decided to give him a second date, and I don't remember what we were doing on that first date, but it didn't involve very much talking or communicating. I think we might have done a movie or something, which I feel like is kind of a stupid first date because you don't get a chance to really know each other. But maybe it was a concert. I don't know. It was a while ago. Anyway, so I said, well, I can sort of understand being insecure, so let's try it again, another time. So we met again, like that week in between. Talking was good, texting was good, everything was good. And then we went somewhere. It was like one of those, like, it wasn't Dave & Buster's, but it was something like Dave & Buster's. And we did have a nice time, but he was just so quiet. There was no connection in person that connected the same way over text. And I just wasn't feeling it. Like, it started off on the wrong foot, even though I gave that like grace to have a second date. It started off on the wrong foot because he had flat out lied to me. So it did start out on the wrong foot, which probably didn't help the fact that then in person we had zero chemistry whatsoever. So I decided to end it. He was surprised and upset and thought that, we had a great connection and all these things. And I'm fun to be around, so that wasn't that surprising to me that he was enjoying himself, but I felt like I was carrying the entire experience between the two of us, and so I just decided not to see him again. But I sometimes wonder if he had been clear about what he looked like and how, his physical body was in that moment, and if it hadn't started out on the wrong foot, if maybe that weird kind of in-between confusing space never would have happened, and I might have actually been able to connect with him in person. But I kind of got the ick, so it's really hard to come back from the ick once you've gotten it. So I declined a further date, and I see him every once in a while. Like, he'll mention something here and there. Like, he's a nice enough guy. No connection. And when you start something off with a lie, I just don't know that you can really build from there. Because if he's lying about what he looks like, what else is he lying about? And that just honestly puts everything into question. And no matter how nice of a time you have together, you're going to be wondering if there's another lie waiting around the corner. So now if there's a lie like that, there's no point in continuing the connection because I can't trust you, and we can't build anything if there's no trust. So I given myself permission to just be done now and not give them a second chance, because I honestly don't owe them a second chance. I don't owe them anything, especially if they've lied to me. They've basically taken themselves out of contention at that point. And my life's a lot better because I'm not giving people that I know nothing about a second chance. This is the beginning of dating, is best foot forward. And if their best foot is a lie, I don't want to see what's behind the door. I just don't.